Free-to-play games just keep getting better and better every year, and to be honest guys, the upcoming lineup for late 2025 and 2026 is already stacked with some absolute bangers. And these are the games I'm most excited to play myself, and the best part is they're all completely free to play, and some of them are actually releasing very soon. From new shooter games to open world games, action adventure games, survival games, and some surprises in between, here are 10 of the best upcoming free-to-play games you need to add to your wishlist right now. I'm starting with the most exciting game that I'm looking forward to play this year, and that is Battlefield 6, especially the upcoming Battle Royale mode for the game. Yes, the Battlefield 6 is going to have a full Battle Royale mode and it will be free to play, and from what leaks and the insider reports say, it's not going to launch at the same day as the base game, but shortly after. The rumored release date is October 28, 2025, literally in a few weeks time, but obviously take it with a grain of salt because EA or DICE haven't really mentioned anything officially yet. The gameplay wise is supposed to follow the traditional battle royale formula. You drop in, loot, fight, survive, and the last man standing wins. But there is actually a twist with how the circle or the ring works. If the ring touches you, that's an instant death. There is no running in and out, no hiding, no healing outside the zone. That actually makes the ring itself much more dangerous game mechanic compared to other battle royale games. The map is going to be huge with tons of point of interest, and some of you already seen some of the leaked gameplay footages. You can see it's pretty similar to Call of Duty Warzone, but with much more grounded gameplay, focus on a lot of teamwork, classes, tanks, vehicles, and tons of destruction. So it's going to be hell of a fun. Hopefully we'll get more official information about the game, possibly after the launch of Battlefield 6, and it's going to come out on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Guys, we are getting an anime GTA 6 before GTA 6 launch, and yes, I'm talking about this upcoming game called Ananta. So this one shaping up as a free-to-play open urban world action RPG developed by Naked Rain and published by NetEase Games. And throughout the game, you play as an elite ACD agent in a city called Nova City, dealing with weird anomalies, gangs, supernatural stuff, and all that chaos infused into a modern urban setting. You guys know I'm someone not really into that anime style games, so when I'm looking at a game like this, I don't really care about the characters or the story. I just purely want to jump around in the open world doing crazy fun stuff, and recent gameplay trailer revealed a lot of that stuff, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, the gameplay mixes a lot of traversal and open world vibes. You can drive like GTA style, swing or grapple between buildings like Spider-Man, do parkour. The open world seems pretty alive, very bright, colorful. There are mini games, side activities, a lot of environmental details, and also another interesting fact is that a lot of the articles mentioning Ananta won't use that character gacha system that you find in most of the games nowadays. Instead, all the playable characters can be unlocked through regular gameplay, so the monetization is purely focused on cosmetics, outfits, vehicles, home, all those cool stuff. And that's going to be a pretty big deal because gacha mechanics often turn off a lot of players, including myself, who don't really care about these RNG progression systems. All in all, looks like a very fun, solid open world action RPG. But at the moment, we don't have a confirmed official release date for the game, but the estimate says that the game will be coming out by the end of 2025 or early 2026, and it's coming out for PC, PlayStation 5, and also for Android and iOS. Moving on to a brand new upcoming first-person shooter called Sudden Attack 0 Point. Alright, this one is basically a remastered or reboot version of a classic tactical FPS called Sudden Attack, which was a Korean shooter released back in 2005. And this new remastered version is going to be free-to-play and launching on PC via Steam. The core gameplay is still that fast-paced tactical shooting, including popular game modes like Bomb Defusal and Team Deathmatch. But especially in this remastered version, other than the visual overhaul, the weapon customization is going to be a big feature. You'll be able to tweak parts of your gun, reload speed, recoil, appearance to fit your style. And there's also going to be a black market system where you can trade skins, weapon parts and such, all gathered in-game. Also a huge focus on quick round-based, fast-paced matches. All in all, it's shaping up to be a very nice free-to-play shooter. At the moment, we don't have an exact release date for the game, and it's only going to come out on PC via Steam. But recently during the Steam Next Fest, they announced a new announcement trailer, and also there will be a playable demo available on 13th of October to 20th of October, so you can actually download and get your first hands-on experience with the game, which I'm definitely excited to check out. Guys, if you're a fan of fighting games, next up we got one of the most exciting games that's possibly coming out in a few days time, and that is 2XKO. And this is Riot's first entry into the fighting game space. It's going to be a free-to-play 2v2 tag team fighter where you can pick two champions from League of Legends universe. Of course, you can play solo controlling both or team up with another friend to play on co-op. It's supposed to have fast, intuitive controls, so executing special moves feels more accessible, especially for beginners. And also one of the standout mechanic is the fuse system. Depending on how you want to play, you can pick a mode that leans heavy on attack combo or one that buff your main character more. They design it so even the locked characters can be used on offline modes or training. It's a nice touch, especially for people wanting to test everything before unlocking it online. The controls are very streamlined. You basically press direction plus special button combos, and that makes the game a bit more beginner friendly. A lot of the reviews who played the closed beta recently mentioned that the game seems to be pretty polished in terms of netcode, lobbies, offline modes, all working very well. And they're also going to be 10 champions at launch, and possibly more characters will be added post-launch. So it's going to be the next big entry from Riot Games into the free-to-play market. If you're a fan of games like League of Legends, Valorant, you know the game is going to be very well supported into future. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games, but I definitely want to jump in. Thankfully guys, we don't really have to wait too long. The early access period start on 7th of October. So if you're watching this video a few days down the line, you'll most likely be able to download and test the game out right away. The initial early access period is only for the PC version, but of course the game will be coming out for PlayStation and also for Xbox Series console later down the line. Alright, moving on to a very recently announced survival sandbox style of a game, and it is called CrisisX. Alright, this one's shaping up as a free-to-play open-world survival/crafting style of a game set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by infected. And this game actually reminded me a lot of Once Human. It got similar vibe, similar third-person mechanics, and a large open-world area to explore. But this one seems way too ambitious with its scale. The map size is going to be huge, and a plan to host up to 5,000 players on a single server, which is going to be crazy. The world also going to include 12 distinctive terrain/biomes, each with its own resources, enemies, and environmental challenges. On the survival side, you will manage hunger, thirst, weather effects, health, etc. Combat include wide range of weapons from machetes to crossbows, sniper rifles, RPGs, stuff like that. There's also going to be base building element. You can claim territory, build defenses, and expand it. Also include variety of vehicles like armored vehicles like tanks and stuff. You'll also have to deal with other survivors in the world with PvP, raids, and turf wars. So if I describe this game in one word, it is going to be ambitious, but it's way too early to tell anything about this game yet. The devs have confirmed the planned release window is around Q2 2026 and is coming for PC, Android, and iOS. Haven't officially mentioned anything about the console release yet. Alright, moving on to one of the most interesting looking first-person shooters on our list, and it's a game called Black Vultures Prey of Greed. I found this game on the upcoming free-to-play section on Steam, but I'm honestly not sure it's going to be free-to-play when it come out. But this one is a gritty, team-based tactical shooter where 3 squads fight out in a war zone, complete missions, and grab valuable loot. But here is the twist, all 3 teams are enemies, and you get only limited number of respawns through something called life ticket system. Once your squad burn through those, you're pretty much out of the game. So you have to consistently balance risk and reward, managing shared loot system with your team, and try to outplay other 2 squads before the resources dry out. Visually the game looks very good. It got that tight arcade style gunplay. The game is expected to release in sometimes 2026, and the playtests are already rolling out right now, and you can simply go ahead and wishlist the game on Steam. Next up we got Ballad of Antara. It looks like a dark fantasy action RPG with strong Souls-like vibe. The game is built with Unreal Engine 5 and promises to blend narrative, exploration, and combat with some interesting mechanics. Throughout the game you will play as emissaries, a special being who can wield fundamental essence and traverse 2 realms, the ordinary world and the mysterious dimension called Para. Combat leans towards Souls-like style. There are blocking, guarding, dodging, stamina, cues from enemies to time to parry and react. One cool bit is that you can actually switch between multiple characters during gameplay, each with their own class and abilities and style, and also companion can assist you in combat as well. It also supports up to 3-player co-op, so you can team up with your friends or other players to explore, quest, and fight together. But overall, it feels like a dramatic, epic, free-to-play adventure for the fans of games like Elden Ring and Wulong. Visually, no doubt the game looks incredible, but at the moment we don't have an exact release date for the game, but the game most likely will be coming out by the end of this year for PlayStation 5 and PC. ShatterRush is basically the closest thing we have gotten to a new Titanfall style game in years, and I'm honestly really excited to jump in and play. It's a fast-paced sci-fi shooter with wall running, double jump and all those smooth parkour movements that makes every fight feel super dramatic. The gunplay looks very tight and the map's designed for this vertical play, and the devs are clearly inspired from the Titanfall games, but they're putting their own spin on it. Very much feel like a low-budget, low-poly version of Titanfall. This is hands down one of the coolest free-to-play FPS games to look out for. At the moment we don't have an exact release date, but I believe it's planned for 2026 release. But the good thing is that if you visit the Steam page right now, there is a playable demo available, so you can simply download and play it for no additional cost. Alright, next up we got Road to Vostok, a hardcore single-player survival first-person shooter set in this post-apocalyptic borderland between Finland and Russia. Right now you will find this game on the upcoming free-to-play section on Steam, but honestly I'm not 100% sure it's going to be free-to-play when it comes out. But anyway, this game is trying to bring something gritty and intense to the survival genre. You will start in the safer zone called Area 5, where the traders, shelters, tasks and loot available, then gradually push through the border zone toward Vostok, which is permadeath area. If you die, you literally lose everything you carry. In terms of gameplay, the game emphasizes on looting, crafting, weapon customization and dynamic events. It's a single player game and it doesn't plan to add multiplayer at launch. It's built around solo experience through modding support and potential expansions later down the line. The official release date is still to be announced, and right now the project is going through free demo and developer updates and plan to launch onto early access on PC on Steam. Alright, our final game is a very impressive looking action RPG that I'm really looking forward to play next month, and that is a game called Where Winds Meet. It's an upcoming free-to-play open-world action RPG from Everstone Studios and of course published by NetEase. The gameplay is about martial art and exploration. You'll be able to use classic and legendary weapons like swords, spears, dual blades, fans, umbrellas, and combining them with mystic martial arts that you can pull off very cool moves, and of course you can switch between different weapon types in the mid-fight. The combat meant to feel very responsive with parries, dodges and more cinematic flair. There is a massive open world to explore with tons of regions. The game is already live in China, and for the global release they talk about 20 plus regions, over 10,000 plus NPCs. Everything that I personally hear about the game so far has been very positive. Devs are especially talking about the non-pay-to-win monetization. That means most of the spending would go towards cosmetics, skins, maybe houses and those vanity stuff, not directly baked into the core gameplay. Somehow if they get it right, it's going to be a very big positive for the game. And thankfully we don't really have to wait too long to play this one. They have locked the global release date to November 14, 2025, and it's going to be available on PC and PlayStation 5. So if you're a fan of big open world action RPG games, this is hands down one of the best games to look forward to. Well, that's pretty much it for this video guys, and if you enjoyed this list of upcoming free games, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out any breakdowns like this. I'm really excited to play these games myself, and I'll be definitely keep you guys updated as soon as they drop. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe.